What's going on, guys? It's your boy Big Hero Chris back at you with another one. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, give me a thumbs up, ring the notification bell, leave some comments in the comment section. Let me know your predictions for SummerSlam. Are you excited for the show? Are you not excited? Do you care? Are there any matches in particular that you're looking forward to? Do you not care? Are you ready for SummerSlam? Do you not care? And the reason I keep asking if you care or not is because WWE is continuing this tradition or whatever of not really building to the show, like not really having good build to the show, but then when it's time for the premium live event or whatever, it actually is a whole lot better than you think it would be. I guess because you keep your expectations so low, they have no choice but to exceed it. But my whole thing is, if you're getting people or trying to get people invested into whatever it is you're trying to get them to watch, why not have a proper build for it? Why not get people invested? Why not have people care about what it is that you're putting out there? Especially SummerSlam, which is one of the big four shows for WWE. Like, you would think that they would do a little bit better with the builds to the shows. Who knows? Maybe after SummerSlam things will change. Maybe things will get a little bit better. I don't know. Only time can tell. Like, it's only been a few days since Vince McMahon retired, and it's been a couple of days since Triple H has taken over. So these things are going to take time, of course, but hopefully these are some of the changes that we will see going forward, like proper builds to shows. But you're not here to hear me rant and fuss and complain. You're here to see me predict this show, to see exactly what's going to happen. What are my thoughts? And we're just going to kick it off with the tag team match between the Mysterios, Rey and Dominik, taking on the Judgment Day in Finn Balor and Damian Priest, with Rhea Ripley in their corner. Rhea Ripley made her return to Monday Night Raw. She was injured. I forgot what type of injury it was, but it took her out for like a month or whatever. But it's good to see Rhea Ripley back, and they're gonna be and the Judgment Day is gonna be taking on the Mysterios in a no disqualification match. And there's a huge possibility that Edge might return. I'm pretty sure Edge is going to return because we've been seeing these vignettes, these video packages with different like random things going on, and it's looking like it's Edge. You also had the Judgment Day mentioning Edge, like, and every time they get some promo time, it's like, oh, remember when we did the Edge, who's never coming back ever again, which means he is definitely coming back, and most likely will be at SummerSlam. And I feel like Edge is going to return and cost the Judgment Day their match, and this will lead to something between the Judgment Day and Edge, or possibly the Judgment Day and the Mysterios taking on, the Judgment Day taking on the Mysterios and Edge. There we go. Like I said, Mysterios are going to win with help from Edge. The next match on the card is Riddle versus Seth Rollins, and I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. I have absolutely no idea why these two are wrestling. I have no idea what their problem with each other is. I don't know what the beef is. It really feels like WWE didn't have anything for Seth. WWE didn't have anything for Riddle. So it's like, all right, let's just put you two in a match against each other. The match will probably be good because Riddle and Seth are two good wrestlers. But what's the reason? I don't know. Also, a quick little note is that Seth Rollins has pretty much been on a losing streak when it comes to premium live events. Like, he hasn't won a match on a pay-per-view in a while now. Like, he'll win on Raw or whatever, but when it comes to like pay-per-views, he's been taking a whole lot of L's. And honestly, I feel like it's time to start building Seth Rollins up as far as getting these major wins. You know, just building up his character, building him up for a championship opportunity, possibly against Roman Reigns, because on Raw, there was a little bit of a face-off between these two. Like, they stared at each other for a little bit, and it got the people buzzing, like, this is what we want. We want to see Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. We don't want to see Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns anymore. But, we'll get into that in a little bit. But as far as who wins, Seth Rollins is going to pick up this dub. Again, I have no idea why these two are wrestling. Like, I don't know what the problem is, but hey, it is what it is. All right, so the next matchup is gonna be Pat McAfee versus Baron Corbin, aka Bomb Ass Corbin. And I gotta say, man, I'm honestly looking forward to this match. I wasn't expecting to, but I am, because I like Pat McAfee. I like what he does on the mic. I like him as a commentator. I like him as a wrestler. I just like Pat McAfee. And it's funny because, like, when he first came into WWE, I wasn't really too high on him, but over time I've really grown to really like Pat McAfee. He's one of my favorite things in wrestling right now, whether it's him on commentary, whether it's him wrestling, whether it's him on the mic. Pat McAfee is one of my favorites. I agree. Like, Pat McAfee is one of the GOATs right now, one of the best things going on in wrestling, and he's gonna be taking on Baron Corbin. And one thing I will say is that him, and even to an extent Logan Paul, are examples of what happens when, like, you actually take wrestling seriously. Like, when you actually have a passion for it, when you actually, like, are a fan, like, as a celebrity. It's like, this is what happens when you take it seriously and when you actually have fun with what you're doing. You can feel that passion coming off with Pat McAfee whenever he talks about Baron Corbin. Whenever he does commentary, you can tell he's really a huge fan of wrestling, and that's always refreshing to see. So as far as this match goes, Pat McAfee is going to pick up the dub. I have absolutely no reason. There's absolutely no reason why Baron Corbin needs to win. He can lose and still be okay, because, you know, it's Baron Corbin. So speaking of Logan Paul, though, he's going to be wrestling The Miz, and I'm pretty sure Tommaso Ciampa is going to be in The Miz's corner. And kind of the same thing goes with Logan Paul, but here's the thing, though. Whereas Pat McAfee is really likable and the people are really behind Pat McAfee and is really believable as, well, he's really believable as a face, you have Logan Paul, who WWE is pushing as a face. Logan Paul wants to be a face. The thing is, the people aren't feeling him as a face. Like, people don't like Logan Paul. For whatever reason it is, we're like, man, people aren't really feeling him. Like, I respect him for signing a WWE contract. I respect him for training to be a wrestler. I respect him for what he's doing. But he's one of those people that are better off as a heel. Like, he just comes off as kind of a, I don't want to say dislikable, but he just, his whole vibe is like, I don't want to cheer for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when it comes to him and his brother. Like, whenever him and his brother Jake, whenever they have a boxing match, it's not to see, oh, let's see what they can do as boxers. Let's see who knocks these two out. And that's pretty much the vibe it is. And then you have him taking on The Miz, who is equally as unlikable, but when you compare him to Logan Paul, it's like you're making the Miz a face by default, even though the storyline, the booking says Logan Paul is the face in this situation. Who wins is probably going to be Logan Paul, and most likely Logan Paul will be booed out of the building. Most likely shenanigans with Ciampa. Logan Paul's going to win. The match should be alright, because Logan Paul can actually go in the ring, and The Miz is one of the best to do it. Despite how you feel about The Miz, he is one of the best wrestlers out there, one of the safest wrestlers, and so it makes sense that every time a celebrity pulls up, they always pair him with The Miz, because, you know, he takes care of who he's in the ring with. But that being said, Logan Paul is going to get his W, and we're just going to move on from there. We're going to move on to Bobby Lashley versus Austin Theory for the WWE United States Championship. And honestly, I don't see Austin Theory, I don't see him winning this at all. I see him having a pretty bad night, honestly. If you guys saw him on Monday Night Raw, you saw him getting sunned by Roman Reigns and the Usos and Paul Heyman and Dolph Ziggler. And just everybody does not like Austin Theory. New York didn't like Austin Theory. Excuse me. And honestly, I don't see him beating Bobby Lashley for the United States Championship. Now, obviously, WWE sees something in this man, because there is something there. I can't even deny the fact that there is a certain star quality in Austin Theory. And I feel like he will be champion somewhere in the near future, just not anytime on SummerSlam, whether it's the United States Championship or the Universal Championship. I don't see him leaving with any type of gold at all. Bobby Lashley is going to get the win. Moving on to the Undisputed Tag Team Championship match between the Usos and the Street Profits, with Jeff Jarrett as the special guest referee. Now, initially when they announced that Jeff Jarrett was the special guest referee, I was like, why? But I kind of figured it was because, you know, Jeff Jarrett's from Tennessee. So from that perspective, it does make sense to have Jeff Jarrett as special guest referee. And the Usos and the Street Profits, they're going to have a really good match. I mean, there's no denying that at all. Yeah, like, their match on Money in the Bank was absolutely a banger, a slobber knocker, a rocket buster, whatever you want to call it. The match was really good, so I'm not expecting anything less from the rematch between the Street Profits and the Usos. The Usos going to retain, possibly a Street Profits breakup, I don't know, because they have in the past teased, oh, have you heard that the Street Profits aren't getting along? So maybe a breakup. I hope not. I really hope not. Like, honestly, my opinion when it comes to breaking up the Street Profits, if WWE is going to break them up, wait for the draft. Like, put them on 2 different shows and just have them go their separate ways like that. Have them remain cool, but don't do this thing where now the Street Profits are beefing with each other, because I don't really see that going too well. Like, I don't see that going too well. Just if you are gonna split them up, wait till the draft. Have one on SmackDown, one on Raw, and just, you know, take it from there. Alright, so the next match we're going to talk about is Liv Morgan and Ronda Rousey for the SmackDown Women's Championship. This should be interesting. Will Liv Morgan win? I hope so. I don't want Ronda Rousey to retain or become the new SmackDown Women's Champion, because, I mean, understand the fact that she is a name, but I'm not really feeling Ronda Rousey in her current run with the WWE. If they turn her heel, you might have something. Like, if you have Liv Morgan win somehow and then Ronda Rousey turns heel and then just goes off and just beats up Liv Morgan, then you might have something with that. But Ronda Rousey as a face, it ain't it, man. I ain't feeling that at all. All in all, man, keep the title on Liv Morgan, possibly turn Ronda Rousey heel, and then everything will be okay. Speaking of women, we have the Raw Women's Championship being defended between Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch. Now, seeing as they had an actual match at WrestleMania, that would be totally cool if Bianca Belair beat Becky Lynch in 26 seconds. Like, that would be pretty funny. Like, if it came around full circle, that now Bianca's the one that beat Becky Lynch in like a few seconds, that would be totally cool. Like, I wouldn't be mad at that at all, honestly. Like, you have Bianca Belair retain, and you have Becky Lynch lose. I mean, Becky Lynch will be fine if she does lose. The thing is, they need more heels on Raw. Like, yeah, you have Nikki Ash and Doudrop and Selena Vega and Carmella, but it feels like something's missing. Like, you feel like, I mean, like, this could possibly lead to something between Rhea Ripley and Bianca, because we were supposed to get this match, I think, at Money in the Bank, and then didn't have because Rhea Ripley was injured. So maybe you can have something between them going forward, or possibly Rhea Ripley winning the championship and bringing something to the Judgment Day. So it's only a matter of time, but I feel like Becky Lynch needs to lose, Bianca needs to retain, and, you know, maybe have something going on between Bianca and Rhea Ripley in the future. Alright, so now we have the main event between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar for the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship last man standing match. Hopefully, possibly, please let this be the last time that these two wrestle each other, at least for right now. They'll probably do it sometime in the near future, but as of right now, please let this be the last time that we see these two wrestle. Roman Reigns is gonna win. I mean, yeah, Roman Reigns is gonna win. The match should be really good. I hope it's a real brutal match. I hope there's blood involved too. I hope SummerSlam is TV 14. I hope you see there's some blood. I hope Roman Reigns runs over Brock Lesnar with a golf cart like he did Kevin Owens. I hope it's just brutal, violent. It's a last man standing match, last time ever, so they gotta really put it out there. They gotta leave it all on the line. All those cliche things. Hopefully the match is good. Their WrestleMania match, yeah, it was alright. I say it's alright because I think both guys are injured. Roman Reigns had a separated shoulder, I think, and I think Brock Lesnar was injured as well. So the match wasn't as good as it should have been. So hopefully this match will make up for the WrestleMania match, and hopefully Roman Reigns wins and retains, still your Universal Champion, and then possibly you have a cash in with Austin with Theory. Theory, like, cause he's been calling the shot this whole time. He's saying, "SummerSlam, I'm gonna cash in. So most likely he'll cash in, and then Dolph Ziggler will interfere and cost him the championship. And this will lead to something between Dolph Ziggler and Theory going forward, because this is what it's really been building up to. Him and Theory Dolph Ziggler and Theory just having something going on. So yeah, Dolph costs Theory the championship. Roman retains. Roman goes on to fight Drew McIntyre at Clash at the Castle. Everything's cool. Everything's right in the world. Everything's back to normal. So there you have it, man. Those are my predictions for SummerSlam. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Like I said earlier in the video, of course, as always, like, comment, and subscribe. You guys take care. Be easy. I'm out. Peace.